Juicy's Hamburgers has been serving up the freshest, juiciest burgers in East Texas. At Juicy's, every bite is legendary. From our hand-ground beef to our crispy fries, golden onion rings, savory beans, and mouth-watering chicken fried steaks. Everything is made fresh to order. It's no wonder Juicy's has been voted best burger in East Texas for 40 years running. Juicy's Hamburgers, where tradition meets taste.
All right, the Shelbyville band now has made their way onto the field. Black shoes, black trousers, red West Point style jacket, black inlay in the front of that, white cross belt, red Shako, that's that West Point style Shako, and no plume. I've noticed that's the second band in a row now that hadn't worn plumes. The weather. Yep. A little wind today, yes. And wise. Sometimes you get too much wind and you leave a plume or two on the field. By the way, if you're not familiar with what a plume is, those are the feathers that you wear on top of the hat. All right. Coming up next now is Shelbyville High School. Let's see what we have.
My name is Jeff Wilson. I'm the band director with Hawkins High School. This year we have 29 marchers in the camp. Proclamation fanfare, the Yellow Rose of Texas.
And that's the wrong
General Lee.
This is Lori Show, Marketing Director at Shelby Savings Bank. I want to remind you to focus on what truly matters and enjoy life now. Stop by one of our Shelby Savings Bank branches and speak with one of our hometown bankers to find a loan that's perfect for you. Whether you're looking for a new home, a car, RV, or planning a family vacation, we've got you covered. As your locally owned bank, we've been serving the community since 1982. Give us a call at Shelby Savings Bank. We'd be glad to serve you. Invested in you and your future. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we appreciate Shelby Savings Bank being one of our sponsors here, making the broadcast of the Shelbyville Band possible. Shelbyville Band walking out onto the field. We mentioned earlier, Mr. Whitley, that of the judges, and we did that kind of hurriedly. Do you mind? Let's go over that one more time.
Glad to. You have John Canfield. John's a retired band director from Saginaw ISD. Mr. James Kaufman, who taught for years and had a great band program at New Boston, and later took over ownership of Mclane Music Company. Dr. Nate Templeton taught bands at Timpson, Gladewater, and he now works in the education department at Texas A&M in Commerce. Mr. Rob Toops, the band director at Canton, won many awards there. And Dr. Charles Traylor, who's from Dalhart.
Now, we don't know which of those are judging the music and which are judging the marching, but now, all these bands they'll go through the classification. They're going to have what they refer to as the finals tonight.
Right.
So, bands they can get a first division or second division or third
all
division.
All the bands can, yes.
They'll get a rating.
Yeah.
Okay, and how they tabulate that rating?
Yeah, it's on the point system. Whoever has the most points.
All right. When the ones with the most points, are they going to pick how many will make the finals out of Class 2A?
Let's see.
And we should have that back over here on the page. I asked a question I really ought to know. It looks like we've got 5 bands that will make the finals in 2A, and today 5 bands that will make the final in 4A. Those are the 2 competitions that we have. Okay. So the 5 bands with the highest points will make the qualification. And then at that point, they're going to pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right.
It gets very serious.
Yes, it does.
Then it becomes very competitive. It's not a situation where everybody can go to the spelling bee and make 100.
You get into the decimal points then.
The Shelbyville Band now on the field. And I tell you what, the uniforms here again, those red jackets really stand out here at Mclane Stadium. If you just joined us, we're coming to you live from Baylor University, Mclane Stadium. Beautiful place to have a band competition. Mentioning earlier, this is the 3rd year to have the UIL sanctioned state military marching competition. The first year was at Pine Tree.
Right.
Second year here. And this is just an ideal place. A great host, I may say.
Yes.
Shelbyville High School, part of
You mentioned that the uniforms look so pretty. Those sousaphone bells really look pretty.
Well, they do.
Uniform.
Right here. They're standing by the BU in the stadium for Baylor University. The band is in a chevron, standing at attention right now, getting last-minute instructions. Look like we're right at 1 minute before the official announcement. One drum major.
The next band in conference.
See Precision Fanfare, Chicago World Fair, Queen City, and Purple Pageant. Shelbyville High School game. Now the sun started coming. We had a little overcast right now. That sun's coming down.
By Ray, Chicago World's Fair by Mayer, Queen City by Bourne, and the Purple Pageant by
Let's
King.
turn our mic up.
Drum Major Dave Whiteside, you may begin your performance for the prelims of the UIL 7th Marching Band Championship.
Turn our mics up and let's enjoy the Shelbyville Band. We'll make our mic adjustment for our radio audience. If you're watching on television, EastTexasToday.com, just as if you were here in the stadium. that's the performance here at state competition for the Shelbyville High School Band. All right, Mr. Whitley, we'll just jump right in there while we still got the radio audience on KGAS and your thoughts.
Well, it's great band sound, the good contrast, dynamic contrast. And, a lot of times the bands, when they're marching, they'll cut phrases off early or whatnot. They held out their phrase, good phrasing, just great band sound, great sharp turns, good alignment. The purple pageant is not an easy march.
No, it's not. And certainly not an easy march for a Class 2A band. You just don't find that happening.
That's right. Excellent job. Last year, this band came in third place. But I'm glad I'm not judging.
Well, I am too. I'll tell you what, for the folks back home, the band did a fantastic job. We'll return to our regular programming now as soon as we have the information on ratings and those that qualify. We'll pass that on to you, so stay tuned to KGAS Radio. We'll continue with that as soon as we know. That's going to be sometime past lunch today before we know all that. Mr. Whitley, thank you very kindly for our audience listening on KGAS, both for the Carlisle Band and the Shelbyville Band. We will be back with the Beckville Band, and that performance is at 10:15. Until then, back to our regular programming.
Better solutions, better building comes from Louisiana Pacific, caring and involved corporate resident. Friends and neighbors in Panola County are the foundation of business at Louisiana Pacific, delivering high-performance building products in the area. You know these folks. You know them from church, civic clubs, as volunteers in the work they do in the community, and at Louisiana Pacific. Good people in good company with you and Louisiana Pacific.
Well, welcome back to the state military marching competition, the National Association of Military Marching Bands, with the sanction of the Texas University Interscholastic League, offer this. And this is the third year it's being offered, and we certainly appreciate everybody here at Mclane Stadium, Baylor University, for their hospitality. A great place to have competition. We're going to be here for 2 days. I'm Jerry Hansen. Denny Whitley is with me. Denny, we hadn't properly introduced you. Retired from White House High School. Taught at White House for about how many decades?
Taught there 28 years.
28 years. And the beauty of Denny, we talk about this, Mr. Whitley, I should say, I apologize, but started out with a group of 35 band members, and when you retired, the band was at 350 members plus. That's not a bad record. And again, congratulations to being recognized by the Texas Bandmasters Association in their Hall of Honor.
Thank you.
You bet.
I wanted to mention a while ago with the Shelbyville Band, they've got a long history of great directors, and I believe you were one of their directors.
I'll tell you what, I had the opportunity to direct that band for 3 years. I started as a sophomore in college, taught under emergency certificate my sophomore, junior, and senior year. At my wife Wanda's, in our wedding, we had the entire band at the church service, so we were quite honored. Yeah.
Through the years, the kids that we've taught at different schools, they become our family.
They do. Now, the next band that's come up is going to be the Hawkins Band. And I believe that's right. It's Hawkins High School, and we'll have their performance for you. And remind all the band boosters that are watching, you can watch this on easttexastoday.com, and all you have to do is click on the band picture of the band member there, and it'll carry you directly to it, and it's absolutely free. You don't have to subscribe to one thing. It's made possible by our fine corporate sponsors. Here's one of these now.
Whether it's an everyday commute, a family trip, a Sunday cruise, a grocery run, drop-off, pick-up, game time, or go time. It's all possible with an easy application auto loan from the 5-star service team at East Texas Professional Credit Union. You're guaranteed a smooth process, competitive rates, and decisions made locally. Get started online or visit one of our 21 locations. East Texas Professional Credit Union, a Texas original since 1953.
Again, we appreciate our corporate sponsors very much making this broadcast possible. The next band up is the Hawkins Band. We were, and I apologize, we did our best. When they qualify, we have such a short period of time to contact everybody. We were unable to get all comments from all the directors. We made an effort. We just sometimes we're not successful. We don't have a comment from Jeff Wilson, the band director at Hawkins High School, and we apologize for that. However, the band is on the field, and we'll turn up our field mics and let you enjoy their performance. They have 2.5 minutes left in their warm-up. This, as Stuart Bird would say, this may be a Miller corps because I see some melodic percussion out there on the field, and he always referred to that as doing that military style and add a little corps flash to it. I don't know if that's going to be the case. We'll wait and see.
Several military bands are starting to use the mallet instruments to help play with the different things.
Well, in most bands, I'm going to go back to the old school. You know, most of the time the drummers were, you know, they've been challenged with this melodic percussion now, much more so than they used to be. They were just a stick and drum there for a while.
They were drummers.
They were drummers, yeah. However, I'm going to give a shout out to Don Lawler because Don Lawler was one of the finest rudimental drummers I ever knew. And Don, I know you're listening, and I just want to give you a shout out. Wish you the very best.
You bet.
We'll turn our field mics up, let you listen to the warm-up. Enjoy the Hawkins Band.
The next band in Conference 2A is the Hawkins High School Marching Band. Hawkins High School's program is entitled The Spirit of Texas and includes proclamation fanfare, the Yellow Rose of Texas, Texas, our Texas, Jubilee March, and Apollo March. Drum Major Caitlin Prater, you may begin your performance for the prelims of the UIL State Marching Band Championship.
And that concludes the Hawkins High School Band here at the State Military Marching Band Competition. Mr. Whitley, your thoughts?
Well, their style of marching is a little different from the other bands. They were marching an 8-5 step, where the other bands usually do the 6-5. And they did it really well. Judges may say something to them about holding out phrases. They did a good job, especially in the formations when they took the percussionists out. They still did good maneuvers, good turns, good alignment.
You may have noticed band members wearing
good selection of music.
October is well known.
Well, the very best of luck to the Hawkins High School Band. The next band coming up will be Union Grove High School. We'll have their performance here in just a moment.
Better solutions, better building comes from Louisiana Pacific, caring and involved corporate resident. Friends and neighbors in Panola County are the foundation of business at Louisiana Pacific, delivering high-performance building products in the area. You know these folks. You know them from church, civic clubs, as volunteers in the work they do in the community and at Louisiana Pacific. Good people in good company with you and Louisiana Pacific.
Okay, Louisiana Pacific is one of our fine sponsors. We appreciate them very kindly. They also include Tatum Music Company, Juicy's, East Texas Professional Credit Union. We thank those fine sponsors for making all this possible. Well, Union Grove comes up next. They've made their way onto the field. A 5 minutes start has not taken place yet. We're waiting for the official announcement. And reminding you, if you would like to view this competition, you haven't found us, or call some of your band booster friends and tell them that we are broadcasting the state competition live on easttexastoday.com. We would appreciate that very much. Just remember, it's absolutely free. No subscription is needed.
They do a good job with the schedule, with the 8-minute time that's on the field, and then the 2 minutes at the end, the 5 minutes here. That keeps everything right on time, and that's UIL does a great job of being able to do that.
Well, now, Mr. Whitley, there's an individual that's their responsibility is to run that clock. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, I would make the assumption, because under the University Interscholastic League rules for regional competition, if that time is off, if they don't perform their maximum of 5 minutes or their minimum of 5 and maximum of 8, there's a penalty involved.
Yes, it's a lossable rating. I was running the clock the last few contests in our region, and the way we set that up, technology takes in, and you start the first time, which is the 5 minute, and as soon as the 5 minute is up, it automatically goes to the 8.
Wow.
And then when that 8 is up,
Our
it
thanks
goes
to Josh
automatically to the
Enterprises
2s
for
get
supporting
off the
today's
field.
event.
With the military
Josh
bands, they
photographers
don't
are here
have all the
capturing
props.
professional photos of all of today's
That's
bands.
what that 2 minute
You can sign up to
is
be
really
contacted
for
once
the
your
ones that get
band's
all the
images go live
equipment
on the
off the
Josh
field.
So it
website.
doesn't, whether
Use
you
the
are a
QR
core
code
band
displayed
or
in
a
the digital
military
program.
band, the time
Again, there's a
element
QR
stays
code
the
displayed in
same.
the program.
It is the same, yeah.
You can be notified
Now,
once
while we got a
images go
little,
live.
while we have a little time, take a minute and talk, if we can, about the origination of the National Association of Military Marching Bands. That group has been around for a while.
Oh yes, I remember. I don't remember the year, but Mr. Wayman Bullock was one of our heroes about getting that started. He was at Lufkin.
I think that he was at Lufkin. I think at that point in time we even had some Louisiana bands that came over and participate.
And we would perform at A&M University.
Did that for several years,
Yes,
didn't you? Until
yes.
A&M went to part of the Southeastern Conference.
Yes, they changed they went to turf.
Real grass.
Yeah.
Instead of artificial turf.
Right, and then we started going to Stephen F. Austin University after that.
But there's one thing about a military marching band and walking in stride. If you have a grass field, you're going to see those lines are going to develop after a while.
Right. And a lot of the bands, they march on a grass field and then have to perform on a turf field. There's a difference.
There is.
That's why they've moved a lot of their practice fields to the pavement. That's why White House, we had a pavement parking lot there.
Well, now here's the thought. It used to, way back there, you'd either diesel those yard lines in that grass so you didn't have to mark it every week, or you'd cut it in there. A lot of people cut that line, and that meant you could feel it.
Yeah.
You knew that the middle of the foot or the heel of the foot, whatever your band director told you that you want that part of the foot to hit that line, you could tell if it was there. That's not the case out here on the artificial turf. You got to use that eye contact and make sure that you're marching and hitting that yard line. And some band directors say they want the heel to hit the yard line. Some band directors say they want the toe to. The majority of them say they want the middle of the foot so that stripe makes it parallel with the yard line itself. Well, Union Grove is on the field. I think I have a recording from their band director.
Hi, my name is Andy Thompson, and I'm the band director at Union Grove High School. We are marching 60 kids this year. Our musical selections this year include Purple Majesty Fanfare by Scott, Cyrus the Great by King, and American Legion by Parker. No big adjustments were made from regionals to state. Each rehearsal we strive to execute the music and marching details at a high level. The state military marching competition is very important and means a great deal to our community and band students. It also means that the legacy of the Union Grove Band continues to grow.
Good comments. I like that. The uniform here for Union Grove is just very striking here on the Mclane Stadium field. White shoes. I believe that's a dark blue trouser with a white stripe on it. The jacket is West Point style jacket. The cross belts look like they're blue, dark blue. Shako is blue and white, and here again, a band wears no plume on the Shako. This is the third, fourth band in a row that's been the case. Still have under 2 minutes left before the band begins. We'll turn our field mics up and let you enjoy their performance. Again, this is the Union Grove High School at state competition. Drum majors doing their salute before the performance, which is fine. And that's not required, it's just customary. Is that correct?
Yes.
Want to make sure the adjudicators have been properly saluted is what we're wanting to do. We'll put them in a good mood. And those two drum majors are going to play French horns because they've got their instruments headed that way. Here's the announcement.
High School's programming Majesty Fanfare by Scott, Cyrus the Great by King, and American Legion by Parker. Drum majors Hannah Coulter and August Bessel, you may begin your performance for the preludes of the UIL Marching Band Championship.